days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the woke, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic Relief Crusader.
Hello, how's it going out there to everybody out there on the YouTubes, and what happened to everybody that was supposed to be on Rumble? Why is this not on Rumble? This should be going on Rumble right now. Damn you, Rumble. You're supposed to be playing. There we go. Now we're on Rumble. Okay. How's it going, everybody? Comic Relief Crusader here, and this is, what is it now? It is episode 139 of Titillating Tuesdays, and you've entered the Geekosphere as it stands right now in a almost independent Republic of Alberta. Want to say, hey there, Gap, how's it going, man? Nice to see you tonight. And greetings to everybody that's watching on Rumble and on X too. So great to see all of you guys here filing in, whether you like it or not. So we also got hey, we got Wallace Lang that's dropping in too. We got 2 people watching on Rumble. So far so good. Everything seems to be just tickety boo. Yeah. If you missed that intro at the very, very start, you can rewind a little bit and enjoy it. Because there's a reason why I played that particular intro. Because glorious Prime Minister decided to go to China and visit Xi Jinping. And yeah, so apparently for this country, a new world order is heading our way. So hooray for us in communist Canada. And apparently he wants to import pretty much every Chinese EV car that he can muster, which is more than likely full of spyware. So hooray for us! Unless, of course, something miraculous happens in this glorious province of ours, soon to be, I'm going to say, an independent republic country. So, and I'm gonna let you guys in on a little inside baseball. However, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, that's all I can tell you. I'm gonna say it's rumor. Okay, like I mentioned a few times, and if you've been watching the postings online. For this whole thing that's been going on, JRC, yes, hello, eh? How's it going there, eh? You know what? Won't be in Canada much more anymore there, so won't be having to say, eh? If you've been watching some of the info that's been coming out of this province, let's put it to you this way. with the whole separatist thing going on, we only needed basically 177,000 signatures for a referendum to go ahead in this province. Which maybe to some people it sounds like a lot. I mean, let's put it to you this way: the city of Calgary has just a little over 1 million people, right? Edmonton probably around the same. I don't check on Edmonton because it's a dirty city. I don't want to live there. And Red Deer, I don't really care that much about Red Deer because it's full of drugs and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean anything. 177,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but. And this thing is supposed to be going on to the end of April-ish. So, hopefully Canadian Spider-Man gets his butt over here as soon as possible so he can sign this thing. He said he would. He's coming to Alberta. He wants to live here. He wants to take part in history. So, I think maybe sometime this week, he might be searching for a job here in this province. So, anyway, current rumor is some say we have reached over that amount, probably 200,000 signatures, and some others are saying around 400,000 signatures. If it reaches 1.8, then it's pretty much a surefire thing. And we got till the end of April. So things are looking up for us, for a province that just wants to take our whole entire energy sector and go. I love it. Gap After Dark says, yeah, the Alberta signature stuff, they showed videos today all over the news of all people standing in the snow to sign. Yes, they did. You know what? I'm going to tell you something here. If it happens to be, our Canadian broadcasters, right? CTV, CBC, Global, City TV. You'll probably notice that they're showing maybe mostly old people, and that's not that's not entirely the facts. Yeah, there are a lot of people, in line waiting to sign, but they're finding that possibly like 60%, if not more, are under the age of 40, definitely under the age of 30, that totally want to do this and sign. So it's not just a bunch of old fuddy-duddies. So Wallace Lang says that, yeah, it sort of sounded like a narration for Super Friends when they had to contend with the lair of evil. Yes, we should get our own Fortress of Solitude. Well, that's kind of in the intro anyway. Meanwhile, in the Fortress of Justice, so Superman makes himself a sandwich. I don't know. And JRC, yeah, I've been to Victoria, BC twice, and Calgary, Alberta, long time ago. Really? So you know how nice Calgary is. Victoria, I've never been to Victoria. Been in Vancouver. Been on Vancouver Island. Been in Nanaimo. That wasn't too bad, but I heard it's a real hellhole right now. So, but yeah, so if you've been to Calgary, I don't know how long ago that might have been, but and maybe hopefully you came during Calgary Stampede. It's a fun city. It is a fun city. It's gotten even more funner. I know that's not a word, but whatever. I got nothing. That just my God, that just sounded stupid. So, but speaking of stupid, you know what? I should do stupid news. You know what? I think I'm going to probably set stupid news off for a while, because you know what? Looking online, I don't see a lot of stupid news articles lately, and it's kind of disconcerting. Unless I do a throwback from the past, then, I mean, I could do that too. So, but then again, you guys have probably already seen it. So, JRC says, yes, I was there for Stampede back in 1998. Yeah. And like they say, it's the world's greatest outdoor show. So there you go. Gap After Dark. Yeah, I found a cool fact about Canada that 90% of the people just live 100 miles of the U.S. border. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's true. The rest are in the Yukon, bordering Alaska. Well, no, you know what? Because we got the Yukon, that borders Alaska, and they're probably within 100 miles of the U.S. border there. So, yeah, then that would just leave the Northwest Territories, and nobody wants to live there because it's. I mean, let's face it, it's the Arctic, man. So screw that. There's no way you can make me live there. Wallace saying, I'm a U.S. citizen. My idea is that the U.S. and Canada exchange California and Alberta. Could I thought? See, because I've been seeing postings, and it's like people in Canada want Minnesota. So, you know, yeah, I mean, California has all the nice sunny weather. I mean, sure, they're full of, pedophiles and, you know, people running kids and stuff like that, and, you know, godless, sexless Babylon, whores of Babylon there. But you got the sunny weather. I don't know. So, you know, unless you can find a way to transplant it, then yeah, sure, we'll do that. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. How's it going? Happy Tuesday, and what's up, everyone out there? What's up to you, dude? Nice to see you, my man. Yeah, and hey, you should check out the new Trick Shill news. Um, I I should. I joked on the show. What was it? A couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna tell you something here, JRC. I'm gonna tell you this, okay? I was thinking about doing a Saving Star Trek kind of show, but but just making fun of it, in a sense. The new Trek, kind of like a MST3K kind of thing, right? I mean, it'd just be more funnier that way, right? And we could probably come up with something better. And he says, so for some good news, I'm officially meeting Canada's greatest export Iowa boy, William Shatner, this March. You lucky duck. Damn. That is cool. That is super cool. Man, I wish I could meet the Shat. He was in Calgary oh God, a few years ago. And man, the lineup to see him, jeez, it was phenomenal, man. Like you had to wait for hours. And I mean, and I'm talking maybe a full workday kind of thing just to talk to him probably. It was nuts. Let's see. Gap says California, Minnesota are kind of like Sodom and Gomorrah. And add New York and Chicago. Done. We'll do that. So here's the thing, because I told Rancor Steve this, and a few other guys, that I said, and this is before I knew that that it was just all about becoming our own independent state, basically. Because it's not about joining the U.S. I know we kind of some of us want to. It'd be kind of cool. But I said, you know what? If we were to do that, the influx of conservative voters would pretty much ensure that America stays conservative almost forever, barring cheating and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you know what? Okay, we'll exchange California, Minnesota, New York, and Chicago, and we'll trade it all for Alberta, and seeing how we are extremely energy dominant here, and it looks like that Saskatchewan may want to join us as well, as we got a huge lithium mine. Huge. So huge. It's phenomenal. It's great. It's fantastic. You wouldn't have to go to Africa anymore. It'd be great. It's just next door. And then potash, which is used for farming, agriculture, and stuff like that. We got the largest potash mine in the world. Yeah, we can help you guys, become even richer. It's all good. It's all good. Super. Fantastic. Anyway. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Still waiting for my canvasser badge to come in, and then as soon as that comes in, we let the appropriate people know. We get a whole bunch of sheets, and then we do our part to sign away. So, like I said, Steve, aka Canadian Spider-Man, get your ass here quick. You said you were gonna hold you to it, and when you get here, you got within 3 months to exchange all your information, driver's license, all that kind of stuff to Alberta, so you're an official resident. If you get it done really soon, so hop on her, bud, if you happen to be listening to this. So, and if not, somebody let them know. JRC, yeah, I'm still hoping and praying that my birth state, Oregon, will finally split Eastern Oregon into Idaho. That could work. I mean, you could do like a whole East Germany, West Germany kind of thing. So you could totally do that. 100%, man. Anyway, okay, so let's see here. What do we cover first? See, because everybody's ranting and raving about Star Trek, ranting and raving about Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And last week we covered some pretty good news. So you know what? I'm gonna go a step further. We're gonna continue the good news. Okay, we're gonna continue the good news. We're gonna make fun of it, and we're gonna be talking about this, as JRC says. Yeah, Canadian Spider-Man is the Timu Rick Moranis. He is my Rick Moranis, and I am his Dave Thomas. So Bob and Doug McKenzie. You've seen the pictures probably. Anywho, so, this from Cosmic Book News. Well, who didn't see this coming? Because we knew we all did. Kathleen Kennedy blames you, all of you, the fans, all the misogynists out there, bots for Star Wars Backlash. So still can't admit that she did wrong. So we're back to square one. And it's the fans' fault, and it's all of you guys' fault out there for being misogynistic, for probably being male and white, and actual Star Wars fans, and the bots. No, sorry, they're not bots, they're droids, right? So it's the droids. They're not bots, they're droids. For the Star Wars Backlash and everything like that that goes on in life. So yeah, I mean, who didn't take that? Who didn't think that was going to come? Exactly, Gap. We'll take the blame happily. 100%. I think there was even a recent article that's like Kathleen Kennedy admitted that Solo was not her best work. It's like, damn, woman, if that wasn't your best work, what do you consider your best work? Like, I mean, crap, man. Yeah, exactly. Bot life matters. Exactly. Droids, not so much. Not in the new Star Wars. So what's going on here? Let's find out. And get a good laugh out of it. Because, like I said, on this channel, and if you happen to be watching on on Rumble, or you guys see the numbers going up on X. Love you guys on X. For all of you guys on X, this show is about. It's not about hating these people. There are plenty of channels out there that do that. You know, that just like to bitch and complain. No, on this channel, we mock it, we ridicule it, and we make fun of it the way it should be done properly. So, yeah, okay, maybe there's a little bit of ridicule, because these idiots just, they think they're the cat's pajamas, see? And they think, no, this is what the fans want, see? No, you got it all wrong, see? No, only we know. And no, they deserve that ridicule, because let's just face it, and I'm taking the word back, they're retarded. So these are not the drives she's looking for. No. They're not. Oh my God. As Kathleen exits Lucasfilm, and I really, honestly hope to God that finally she's exiting Lucasfilm, because we've heard this news before over the years. We've heard Nerdronic say it, we've heard Critical Drinker say it, we've heard Doomcock say it. Oh yeah, she's leaving, and nothing's happening. So let's hope that this may be finally the exit she deserves. So while she exits Lucasfilm, she's pointing to fans, you, as the source of Star Wars' biggest lows. It wasn't the budgets. It wasn't the possible cheap effects, and no, it wasn't any of that. It wasn't like the Power Rangers that were driving multicolored Vespas in the book of Boba Fett. No, it wasn't the fact that busting the Darksaber and on top of that passing it on to Starbuck. Couldn't have been that whatsoever. It couldn't have been the fact that Solo, which looked like it could have been a promising movie, took it out of the producer's hands, the director's hands, and gave it to Ron Howard and changed the entire script around. So, it couldn't have been the god-awful 3 sequels that happened and basically shat on everyone's childhood. So, but no, it's you people. It's all of you people. Wallace Lang says, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy is to what Alex Kurtzman is to Star Trek. Yes. And that is so true. Check out the video, Wallace, that I did. I think it was like a couple years ago. I actually did end up with inside information. No, maybe it was like 3. I think it was probably 3 years ago, to be quite honest. That Kurtzman is staying for 5 to 7 years. I think it was like 5 to 7 years. Well, look at it now. He's still putting out Star Trek crap. So, called that one. What do you mean by you people? I mean, you glorious crusaders in the chat. All of you guys. Whether you're on Rumble, on X, or on YouTube. So, if you happen to be on X, then check out the YouTube channel. Also, if you go to the YouTube channel, there's a link that also links to the Rumble channel. So, because with the cancellation of certain channels that are going on YouTube, Rumble has, well, it's got a bit more freedom of speech there. So, and then you can totally go unplugged over there on Rumble and say whatever the hell you want that you can't do on YouTube. So, check that out. And by you people, I mean you beautiful, beautiful people. So, you actual true fans. So, anyway, so in her deadline exit interview, when she asked about the Star Wars highs and lows, Kennedy responded about the lows and claimed that only a very, very small percentage of the Star Wars fan base caused the backlash that defined much of her tenure. Really? Really? No. Oh, it was not a very small percentage. No. They were going on for this for about a good 8-9 years. So, and it was a lot of people. So, anyway, according to Kennedy, these fans simply wanted the same thing and were impossible to satisfy if Lucasfilm chose to go in new creative directions. And she also says the lows are that you got a very, very small percentage of the fan base that has enormous expectations, Kennedy said, adding that she wouldn't change any of the creative decisions she made while running the studio. No, of course she wouldn't. And you know why? Because the damage is already done. I mean, have you seen the last Indiana Jones movie? My God. I mean, seriously. That's what you got to say. To delivering coffee. Exactly. No. And yeah, Bruce Wayne. That's right. What? No, it's yeah, exactly, JRC. Her Fifi's got hurt. Precisely. My Fifi's. No, it's every decision that you made to make like you less female. And wanting to, what was it, some sort of stupid plot line about only women in the Star Wars galaxy only wielding the Force and no males or something like that. It was like this dumbass storyline that they wanted to do. Anybody remember that one? Indiana Jones and the Dollar Duke. Yeah. Oh God. And Kennedy wanted Ray Palpatine to carry on the Star Wars saga. Yeah, no. And it's not going to happen. It's not, because Lucas said it. It's a, sorry, Star Wars saga. Well, it is a Star Wars saga. It's a Skywalker saga. It's got nothing to do with Palpatine. Well, I mean, it kind of does, you know, how his rise to power came about. But yeah, no, it's not about Ray Palpatine. You know, it's essentially, you know, they did everything to wipe out the Skywalker line. You know, whether it was with Ben or Luke, you know, there was no Mara Jade, you know, because they were supposed to have kids. You know, it was like, no, we're taking away everything that came, all the novels, all the comics that Dark Horse Comics produced. You know, that includes all the games, because you remember what happened shortly after she took over LucasArts, that got nixed. So, you know, that includes the games too. And, you know, make sure everything was erased. So, yeah, JRC, yeah. Dude, the females aren't female. No, we weren't even that. So, and that's the sad thing. That's the pathetic thing about it. You know, kind of upset when, God, what's his name? Finn. They thought, you know, he was going to be the one wielding the lightsaber, and that would have been cool, you know. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to a woman Jedi. I mean, we got it in the prequels. There's nothing wrong with it. It was always the writing, you know. I mean, hell, they could have kept, you know, Daisy Ridley, you know, as a Jedi, but I mean, they could have wrote it totally different. That she wasn't such a Mary Sue, and it's the writing that made her unlikable. You know, I mean, I'm sure she tried her best, but I mean, come on, you know, it was just god awful, just god awful. And of course, you know, screw up with Indiana Jones, but we won't get into that. So anyway, so yeah. However, Kennedy's comments immediately raise a credibility problem, and I think we all know what that is. So, if the backlash truly came from a tiny minority, it's hard to explain why Star Wars effectively disappeared from theaters for 7 years after Rise of Skywalker, right? You know, there was supposed to be more movies coming. I mean, granted, you know, we're getting The Mandalorian and Grogu, and I'm not really holding my breath for it, you know. And I think I'm just done with Pedro Pascal. Like God, you know. At first it wasn't that bad, but now it's like it's too much. And it also doesn't explain why Lucasfilm reduced budgets and content on Disney Plus. Well, because they all suck ass. So, pardon my French. And Disney didn't pause theatrical releases and reduce content because of a fringe audience. The hiatus followed declining box office returns, stalled projects, and sustained audience pushback from a majority of fans. It's all of you. You all did the work, and you all need a round of applause, basically. All of you. You all fought against this. You all commented on multiple channels, online, in multimedia. You all pointed out, you know, what a exactly in the dial of diarrhea. This is Wallace slang. God. Oh yeah, Wallace Lang says, I thought that Kathleen Kennedy indie film was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Diarrhea. Yeah, or Dial of Dysentery, Dial of Dementia. This, pick your D word. So, either way, it didn't help it. So, and I remember, what was it? One night, it was either on Friday Night Frolics on Doomcock's channel, or it was on the Wednesday show, before Dial of Destiny came out. Sorry, Dial of, yeah, you know what I mean. Dial of whatever. Dial of Density. And I mentioned, yeah, I'm going to go see it. And he's like, oh, geez, do you really want to? Said Doomcock. And I'm like, no, you know what? To be fair, our youngest daughter wants to see it because her older siblings saw the last one back in, what was it, 2007? Something like that. You know, the alien spaceship one. And, you know, and she wanted a chance to see it in movie theaters too. So, you know, owed her that much. You know, she deserved to see, you know, an indie movie, good or bad. Doesn't matter. But I tell you, if they re-release Raiders, I'll take her to that because that's much better. So she'll like that one better. Dude, you don't want us picking our own D word. Sure I do. Why not? This channel is about fun. Pick your own D word. I ain't holding you guys back. Come on, man. And yeah, and studios don't freeze billion-dollar franchises because of a small number of loud voices online, right? No, because if you're proposedly making, you know, billions of dollars, you know, you're not gonna let the dollar bills slow down and a couple of, you know, how should I put it, a fringe minority. So no, it only happens if you, well, to put it quite bluntly, piss off a whole bunch of people that don't like your crap. And not just in North America, but worldwide. Because this isn't just a North American thing, this is worldwide. So, you know, I mean, because I mean, oh God, the green milk, the green titty space manatee milk, that looks so dumb. I mean, we've also heard rumors of, Disney possibly letting it go from Saudi Arabian princesses wanting to buy the franchise. I mean, we've heard this person's gonna go, that person's gonna go. We've heard all the things, and yeah, and if she's truly out, hooray! But is it gonna be better with Dave Filoni? Well, slightly. But if you ever seen a picture of his wife in a particular photo and the shirt that she was wearing, I don't have that much hope. I don't have any more new hope. See where I'm going with that? So, oh, you guys are going to have fun with this now. Alternative title, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysphoria. And Dysphoria. Oh, God. I can't even say it. Jeez. Dystopia. Yes. Yes. God. You guys are awesome. And also, and Kennedy's own intro also undercuts her argument because later in the same conversation, she admitted that the reaction to The Last Jedi played a major role in driving Rian Johnson away from Star Wars. Yeah, because it was utter complete dog shit. So, I know one guy. Okay, well, hold on a second. Despite The Last Jedi's earning $1.3 billion worldwide, pathetic, Kennedy said Johnson was spooked by online negativity after the film's release. So, if the backlash was so insignificant, why did it derail Johnson's planned return to the franchise? So, and that admission suggests the criticism had real consequences. And of course it does. And it should, right? And impacting filmmakers' future projects and Lucasfilm long-term plans. Or how about she even admits on putting Alden Ehrenreich in an impossible situation to play Han Solo. Right. See, because here's the thing. First of all, back to The Last Jedi. I only heard one reviewer that I know personally. He's mainly a collector of figures, right? He doesn't do like, the movie reviews and stuff like that. But he actually liked The Last Jedi. And I'm like, are you freaking nuts? He's like, no. You got to think of it this way. It's kind of like Othello. And I'm like, it's nothing like it. So, no, it had nothing to do with the film before. It was very stupid on how he tried to continue it. And, like, why would you change directors in the middle of sequels? It's asinine. It's stupid. And and he wasn't spooked whatsoever because he knowingly mocked everybody online. So, not that I give a crap. So, it's not exactly going to hurt my feelings. So, and don't forget the Holdo maneuver. The impossible maneuver that they pulled in the movie. Oh my God. Again, just so horrible. Anyway. So of course, Kennedy also suggested that online harassment, particularly towards women, here we go, right? Because, see, she's such a huge feminist. Has played a major role in shaping the climate around Star Wars. She said she gives female filmmakers a heads up when they join the franchise. Right. Because everybody's coming towards their pickaxes and pitchforks and torches and stuff like that. Like, give me a break. And before I read this, you know what? I'm gonna put it to you this way. Ron Howard's daughter, Dallas Bryce Howard, the redhead there, that was in Spider-Man 3. She played Gwen Stacy. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. It's the victim card, right? She directed a few episodes of Mandalorian, and they weren't bad. Wasn't bad whatsoever, and maybe she's just new in the director's chair or writing or something like that, but they weren't bad. They were pretty decent. So, and many of us kind of complimented the episode that she happened to be directing. So it's not about a female filmmaker. It has nothing to do with that. Again, it's pushing the message, and it's the craptastic writing. So, by the way, she says, I'm honest, especially with the women that come into this space because they unfairly get targeted. I don't try to sugarcoat it, and I empathize that it's a very small group of people with loud megaphones. I truly do not believe that it's the majority of fans. And I think that it's also in this weird world of where bots can affect things. You have to develop a tough skin. That is exactly right. That's what you have to do, and you can't make it go away. No. It's not about having, but yeah, you got to have a tough skin. Doesn't matter what industry you happen to be working in, man or woman. It doesn't matter. But no, you're right. Exactly. You're playing the victim card. That's what you're doing, Gap. Exactly. That's what they're doing. And maybe you can kind of tell that she didn't spend a lot of time on YouTube. To see the thousands upon thousands of people just showing their disdain. So, great Siaman Gohan. LOL, you sound like a creeper. Who are you reading as? First of all, no, not really a creeper. And who are you reading as? I'm reading as myself. So, yeah. Oh, KK. No. Hey. Oh, good, eh? Okay. Yeah, sure. Welcome to the show. Thank you for the view. I appreciate it. But I'm reading as me. Instead of acknowledging widespread dissatisfaction with the projects like The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, or The Book of Boba Fett, Kennedy shifts the blame from herself and reduces the issue to trolls and bots. But it's clear her forces female agenda didn't work out, but it's the fault of you. It's the fault of everyone. It's the fault of the fans. It's the fans' fault. It's like zero accountability. You know what? I made a mistake, but I'm going to correct it now. I'll make sure it never happens again. That's all she had to do as the president of Lucasfilm. That's all you got to do. It's pure narcissism, and it's zero accountability. So, yeah, I know. KK is Kathleen, right? You were reading as a quote for Kathleen Kennedy, changing your voice. Yes, I was. Because I really don't feel like trying to imitate a woman that clearly looks like she's in her 70s, had too much adrenochrome shots possibly, and sounding bitchy. I haven't had a cup of coffee yet. If I did, then I probably would. So, but but okay. So long. Enjoy the 2 views. Yeah, thanks, Teague. Great that you can yet again change your name and try to make it look like you're a random person. So, whatever, dude. You just keep on the hating, and I forgive you. But continue being that kind of douchebag type of New Yorker. So, enjoy. Anyway, so by blaming a small segment of the audience while simultaneously acknowledging that Backlash reshaped Star Wars' creative future, Katie's exit comments feel at odds with reality because, why not? Everything else is. Star Wars is ensemble because the fans expected too much. On the contrary, fans expected the bare minimum. Something Mark Hamill recently addressed, which Kennedy didn't deliver, of course, because even he was horrified during The Last Jedi how things were going with that. And under Kennedy, Star Wars stumbled because Lucasfilm didn't respect the fans or anything else whatsoever. So as Dave Filoni takes over, and my expectations are somewhat low with that, the bigger question isn't whether Star Wars can survive vocal fans, it's whether Lucasfilm can rebuild trust with the audience it once took for granted. Well, here's the thing. It's going to take an extremely long time for that ever to happen, even if they course correct. It's gonna take well over a decade. I'm gonna say that. Because you abuse the fans and you call them every name under the sun. I don't care if it's a vocal minority whatsoever. It's going to hurt you in the long run. It's as simple as that. So you've abused and used the fans' good faith a little too long and a little too much. And you promised projects that you didn't deliver on. You know absolutely nothing about Lucas's dream or vision for an entire galaxy long time ago and far, far away. But you know what? Doesn't matter because we're past you. We're past you. We really don't care anymore. So great, Sam Gohan. Yeah, you're gonna be blocked. So you really don't need to. You really don't need to be here. And besides, I already know that you're either Admiral Teague, the loser from New York, or you're one of his little shills like JT Kirk that goes around and tries to get me blocked on every channel, or or one of the little other underlings that enjoys basically licking his butthole clean. So whatever. And you know what? I'm gonna say that on my channel because try playing nice with you, and try to be civil, in fact, but it doesn't really work. So I'm blocking all your comments and screw you. So there. And yeah, I said that online because I have zero tolerance for that kind of thing. So whatever. Anyway, so that's the first good news. At least Kennedy hopefully is gone. So that being said, let's do something different. Let's get a video in here because we're going to take a little bit of a break, and that break means some sound advice from Rancor Steve. So, who's actually doing pretty well now. He is in a job that he loves, and oh boy, is he having fun doing it? I'll tell you what. So, for you guys, from Rancor Steve.
love that.
So it's been scientifically proven that if you have hopes and dreams of Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who being saved, you might be a lesbian. You just might as well move to Canada and own Subarus by the lot and just be like, hey, I smell like tuna. Just hopes and dreams. They get crushed. Don't worry. It's like hopes and dreams of me having actual hair on my head. That's why God gave me this. Because I'm a man. I don't have a toilet right now. Or I swear. But like, hold on.
I love that.
Well, it's not exactly like he has a toilet in the trunk there, Gap. So. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? Like I said earlier, yes, move to Canada. More specifically, move to Quebec and Ontario. That's where you want to be. That's where the real action is. No, really. You can trust me. I'm Canadian. Wallace Lang says, Lucasfilm will have to completely dispose of the sequel trilogy and the streaming shows before they can make any more Star Wars. I agree with you on that. Oh my God. Yes. That's what they have to do. That's truly and unequivocally what they have to do. If you're going to attempt to make things right, God, get rid of the Acolyte. You know what? Okay, I'm going to say this. I liked Rogue One. I will be completely honest. And Andor wasn't that bad. Both seasons of Andor wasn't that bad. I did enjoy that. First two seasons of The Mandalorian were okay. 3 could have been better. Despised Book of Boba Fett. I didn't like it. I only liked it when The Mandalorian showed up because at least you got a little bit of action there. Acolyte can go burn in hell forever. Am I missing anything? I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, Star Wars Visions. Yes. You know what? If you haven't checked out Star Wars Visions, Season 1, Japanese anime. You can't go wrong with that, right? And it was left to Japanese studios. Season 2, kind of odd. Left to other animation studios around the world. You know, France, India. India was an odd one. And then Season 3, which came out last year, back to Japanese anime. So, win-win. It's all good. You know what? And I want to go back onto something that I said I was going to go back to when JRC and I believe maybe even Wallace Lang touched up on it. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this. Don't participate in streams that hate watch. Okay? I'm going to tell you the reason why. I'm not saying don't go to this channel or don't go to that channel, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't go to so-and-so's channel because they're watching what's the new one out? Star Trek Degrassi High? I don't know. What Star Trek Academy. Right. Star Trek Degrassi High, whatever. Anyway, yeah, Star Trek Academy. Here's the thing. If you're participating in a stream where somebody's like, say, showing the episodes on Cosme, right? Because you know there are a lot of streamers. They'll add the Cosme link. You know what I'm talking about, all of you. And you go over to Cosme while you're kind of like, you know, sitting there on YouTube in the channel, but you're kind of like chatting in two different places, right? But here's the thing. If let's say somebody is hate watching on Star Trek, like any of the Kurtzman Trek. Okay, let's just make that clear. You know, I don't care if it's Picard. I don't care if it's Discovery. I don't care if it's, you know, Starfleet Academy now. You know what you're doing. You know what those people are doing. They've obviously got an account with Paramount Plus. Yeah, I thought you kind of might like that one there, JRC. Yeah, Star Trek Degrassi High. My God. Oh, jeez. Hey, Degrassi Junior High was a Canadian show. I'm sorry. It's 90210 didn't even pop into my head. It was trying to, and it came out Degrassi Junior High. Whatever. Anyway, most of these streamers that do that, right? They have accounts obviously with Paramount Plus, right? You know, and sure you can watch Landman, you can watch you know, any of the Taylor Sheridan shows. You know, I mean, they're pretty good, don't get me wrong. But if you're watching those Star Trek shows, here's the thing. You're feeding into the algorithm of, oh, look how many people are watching it. If these many people are watching it, they don't know if you're hate watching it. They don't. All they see is a viewer. So if they're seeing so many viewers, hate watchers or not, it's telling them, maybe this show is good. Maybe we'll make another Star Trek series. And here you go. Now it's Star Trek Academy. Or what was the other one? That Section 31 or Section 33 or whatever the hell it was, that stupid movie. Don't watch it. If you want to watch it, then download it. Like I said before, sail the high seas and download it for free, so you're not letting Paramount know that you're watching it on their network, on their streaming platform. Because if you're going to watch it on a streaming platform, and the same thing goes with Disney Plus, if you're watching it, then they think they have so many interested viewers. And yeah, there are things like, you know, like TOTS, right? The tune out time. You know, the average viewing time, blah, 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 right? Well, if you're hate watching for just doing a stream on YouTube, then you're just feeding into the algorithm. Yep, you know what? I can do that. I can do that actually right now. And you know what? I think I will. You need to teach me how to row in the sea. I do. There you go. Here's a link for you. Because I care, and sharing is caring. There you go. Want to download something? Go there. Make sure you have a torrent program. But don't go. And like I said, it's the same thing with Disney. It's the same thing with a lot of other multi-platform streaming services. Not a problem, Gap. All good. But it's these other shows, like, say, don't get me wrong, I'm not poo-pooing on Doomcock, okay? I'm just using this as an example. It's an example. But say Doomcock asks Gary and Andy and Sean and say any derivative Jill and you know, and a bunch of others. Hey, we're gonna be talking about Star Trek Degrassi Junior High. I'm doing that just for you, JRC. You know, and watch the first episode, and we're gonna talk about it. So, you know, so all of them, you know, they'll go to Paramount Plus. They'll watch it, but you're spending your money, and then Paramount Plus is like, wow, the viewership is up, you know, by a few more people. It must be A-okay. And it just gives them the okay to make more garbage. So stop hate watching. Stop joining in channels that are hate watching. It makes no sense. It's dumb. I think it's dumb. And again, I'm not poo-pooing on Doomcock or anything like that. I know they need content to talk about, so I get it. I get it. But if you gotta, out of morbid curiosity, there's the link here on the YouTube channel. Download it for free. Sharing is caring, and sail the high seas. See what I did there? There you go. You're welcome. But again, that's just my opinion. It is what it is, right? Anyway, what else we got in some news? Because later on we're going to be doing the cartoon time as it gets closer to One Piece live action show in March. This from Sony. Let's see. Leaked details of Sony's canceled Black Cat Silver Sable team up are everything wrong with their take on Spider-Man characters. Well, okay. Here we go again, because we've heard rumors of this, that this was going to be happening. And as much as we would like to see certain people play these certain roles, and you probably know, well, we've talked about it lots of times about, who should play what and whatnot. Sony does good with Spider-Man. Sony does bad with Spider-Man characters, other extra Spider-Man characters. And let's see. And Wallace, I'm going over to Troy Baselli's Adventures of Sherlock Holmes live stream for tonight. See you soon. Not a problem. See, that's a good show. Wallace, that's a good show. So good shows, sure. Bad shows, don't feed it. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? Maybe I'll drop by there too. So, and because The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, that was good. It was a really good show. Anyway, so because if you happen to see Kraven the Hunter that came out, was it early last year or late the year before that? I mean, let's face it. Madam Web was just bad. And yeah, sure, no problem. I will see you on the replay. Yes, you will, dude. And thanks for coming by. And don't forget to hit the like button, dude. Madam Web is bad. Mobius was just god awful. Kraven the Hunter, it was mid at best. What else? I can't remember any other Spider-Man character movies, but, well, let's see what's going on there with this. Sony's Silver and Black fiasco is back from the litter box, and as most things get dragged out of a studio vault after years of collecting dust, it's not pretty, apparently. The latest round of resurfaced leaks has reminded everyone why this project crashed out in the first place and why Black Cat fans still recoil at the mere mention of her scrapped reimagined origin. Oh boy, it's reimagined. So, okay, if you know anything about Black Cat and how she got her powers of, I suppose you could say, unluckiness, it was Kingpin that gave her powers. So, and basically she's just Marvel's version of Catwoman. That's basically it. So, I can't wait to see how they were reimagining her origin. This should be fairly interesting. So, if you followed Sony's spider-adjacent experiments for any length of time, you already know patterns, big promises, bigger rewrites, and an eventual quiet burial. Yeah, we're familiar with that. So, the film was originally announced in 2017 with Gina Price Bathwood attached, and for a brief moment it looked like Sony might actually pull off the female-led espionage thriller. However, as comic book movie chronicled, the script ballooned into a villain buffet featuring Scorpion, Tarantula, Chameleon, and Tombstone, the gaunt robot master Mendel Strom, and even Norman Osborn. So, okay. So you slap kind of a. She's not really a bad guy. Then again, she's not even really a good guy. She's just there as a character. But of course, throw in a bunch of extra big bad villains, and it's girl boss time, basically. Hooray! Because that's what everybody wants to see. Yeah. So, anywho, Mo would agree that that's not a movie. That's a studio emptying a filing cabinet. Yeah, because if you dump all the villains into like one movie instead of maybe, I don't know, Spider-Man to fight, you're gonna run out of a lot of villains really quick. So, and after multiple rewrites and no clear direction, the project was shelved, and Sony floated the idea of splitting the ideas into solo films. Those didn't survive either. So, driving the renewed conversation now are the details of the abandoned Black Cat solo script. Oh boy, here we go. Suffice to say, the studio's take on Felicia Hardy, oh boy, was a far cry from the comic version. See, this is when you do it wrong. Instead of the self-made master thief with razor-sharp edge, Sony's sculpt... Boy, I can't read today. Sony's script turned her into the product of Strom's experiments rather than a woman who built her own legend. Okay, so fans didn't hold back when leaked the first time, and the reaction hasn't softened. So it's the kind of rewrite that misunderstands the character so thoroughly that you almost have to admire the commitment after Craven and Madam Web. Wow, this sounds unbelievably bad. Like, horrendously bad. How much worse could it get? Well, let me tell you. So here we go. So either way, there's now a transformation scene gaining notoriety thanks to an insider who claimed to see some of the storyboards. And as described by comicbook.com, Matthew Aguilar, in the scrapped 2021 Black Cat film, Felicia attends a costume party in goth attire, has a breakdown in a bathroom, smears her makeup into a familiar mask shape, and emerges as Black Cat. Oh my god. It sounds horrible. It sounds so bad. And that's not the hero's origin story. Oh my god, it's not. Are you kidding me? That's a reject montage from the mid-2000s teen drama or a Crow sequel. It's no wonder the fans recoiled. Yeah, because it does sound like that, right? Or when Joker was, what was it, Drunk in the Mirror or something like that, like, why so worried? So anyway, I can't speak Spanish, but Sony is now reportedly now more open to sharing its Spider-Man characters with Marvel Studios. Well, this is like January 9th. Well, that's super. Because you don't know what to do with them? Maybe that's it? I don't know. Could that possibly be it? I'm thinking yes. So, let's see. Now, obviously I can't read Spanish, but I will do my best. Collector, seeing how you're in Mexico and you happen to be watching this later on, Nerd Tower says, spill some gossip. In 2021, there was a Black Cat movie in production. I saw storyboards and a specific sequence. She was dressed as a goth at a party, cries in the bathroom, smears her makeup, and makes the mask. Bam! Black Cat ready for action. It was awful. Wow, and he posted this, yeah, January 9th, 2026. That's just horrendous. So, but apparently it's no wonder why Yahoo Entertainment recently noted that Sony is increasingly open to sharing Spider-Man characters with Marvel Studios, which may explain why the studio has quietly backed away from its more ambitious spin-off plans. Well, yeah, because they're god awful. I mean, you know, and my God, did someone say Spider-Man? Says Canadian Spider-Man. How's it going, dude? I'm gonna have to mention you more often, because we're talking Spider-Man and the Spider-Man spin-offs. Yeah, yo, man. God, your ears must have been burning. I'll tell ya. So when Venom and Vibes hold together, your cinematic universe, maybe restraint is the better part of valor. Venom wasn't too bad. It was actually, you know, pretty fun. So I know for some odd reason the third one gets crapped on a little bit, but you know what? It wasn't really too bad. It really honestly wasn't. The reality is simple. Silver and Black, so Silver Sable and Black Cat, is still dead. And the Black Cat solo film is still dead. And the only revised origin for Felicia Hardy exists in the discarded scripts that keep resurfacing like a bad penny. And those, at least, will be out of circulation soon. Yeah, because if anybody got a hold of those, I'd be burning them, so nobody would ever find them again. So, no new movie, no new direction outside of animation, and only a few reminders of how bad this really could have been. So, and Silver is going up. Yeah, I kind of figured they were burning, dude. I kind of knew every time I mentioned something Spider-Man related, you just happened to pop on. So, oh man. And you know what, dude? Here, I'm going to have to ask you this because you're here now, because I was talking about it earlier, because we had JRC here and Wallace, and well, Gap's still here too, so that's a good thing. You mentioned you were going to be coming to Alberta. Plan on moving here. So what's the ETA, dude? You gotta let me know. So, because you want to be voting for independence. So, because let's just say the signatures are they're starting to explode, and you have until the end of April. So, I'm not a doctor, but okay. So, not a problem. Oh yeah, Gap, I know you're still here. It's all good. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with, or what's not going on, I suppose, in this case with Black Hat and Silver Sable. So, not too bad. So, now you know what? I do know that Games Workshop confirms Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K series. It's apparently it's still in development, and it'll leave Amazon to manage their own business, so to speak. So, in case you were wondering about that, see, there you go. Your birthday is April 30th. See, and I'm putting it on screen now. Everybody's gonna know. Everybody on Rumble, on X, on the YouTubes. So, you know what? Which is kind of a coincidence, because near the end of April is when all the signing has to be done. So, Peter Patter, let's get at her. So, so yeah, apparently seen how they announced Warhammer like about 3 years ago? You know, remember we kind of covered that? It's been kind of like radio silence. So, don't know quite what's going on with that. I'm trying to figure out if I can find out some extra news on that. But apparently, investors said on January the 13th, at their half-year financial report, the miniature developer explained that the live-action endeavor is still in development with their partners Amazon, MGM Studios, and Henry Cavill and Vertigo. And that the nature of these things to take, you know, it can take several years. And, you know, they wish they could just tie down a release date. But, you know, they're doing their core business and, you know, trying to deal with everything kind of like all at the same time. So the delivery is not in their control, apparently, is what they said. So in case you're wondering about the whole Henry Cavill Warhammer thing, that's what's kind of going on with that. So I am thrilled to see that that is still a go ahead. Okay. Do I have to have been there, living there for 3 months to sign at the end of April? As long as you are a resident of Alberta, okay. This is what I was told. As long as you are a resident of Alberta and have Alberta ID, okay. So say you got here and you immediately change your driver's license over to an Alberta license, a driver's license, right? And you have a place to live, and you can show like a piece of mail with a street address on it, then you're good. That's all you have to do, really. So, the collector, how's it going, dude? I am a doctor, but I'm not a gynecologist. What? Anyway, I offer a full research. Good evening, better late than never. Oh my god. You guys are awesome. You, collector, you would get along great with the full trauma team in Texas that has been listening into the show as well when I had it on when I had it in the afternoons. So I miss those guys. Man, oh man, oh man. And actually I don't want to talk about Joker Part 2 because that was horrendous. So you know what? I think oh my god. Perfect. 24 Sussex Drive. I don't think you can use that address. My god. I really don't think so. I mean you could try, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah. I mean, you know, good luck if you really want to, but no. So I think this is what we're gonna do, because you know what, I'm gonna admit something. I kind of set up the show a little bit late today. So that's kind of what's going on. Things have been a little busy over in my neck of the woods. So you know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're going to do cartoon time earlier, and so you guys can enjoy all the goodness that is this show. And seeing how March 10th is when live action One Piece happens, that's what we're gonna do. We're going to enjoy some Nun Piece. So let us bring it up right now, and for you guys, you can enjoy the show. Make sure you spread the show around and tell everybody where to find us. And if I'm, you know what? I think I'm also going to make a little bit of an announcement at the end of the cartoon. So have fun, everyone. Enjoy.
Oh yeah, words and shit! Look, dog, day 30! There's no food on this damn boat! I think I may be going crazy. I'm starting to hear voices.
Luffy, where exactly are we?
Holy shit!
Yo! Yayo! Dreamin', don't give it up, Luffy! Dreamin', don't give it up, Solo! Dreamin', don't give it up, Nami! Dreamin', don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up!
Land! Cody, we're saved!
Oh no, that's a marine island!
Who cares, lad?
That particular naval base has captured one of the most terrible pirates known to man!
Johnny Depp is not that bad!
No, no!
I've faced him before and crossed death reference off the list.
Zorro!
Antonio Banderas!
The boat's on fire.
We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn!
I've killed a man with my own teeth
That's some
before.
bullshit.
Honey, I will kick your ass!
Now this is my kind of place. Ah yes, food. Blech, hell no! Give me back me money! Almost died back there, Cody.
Luffy, we should not be going toward the marine base. We're already in huge trouble.
Nonsense, boy! I have to find out who this Zorro character is!
Luffy, I'm gonna level with you. I think my best bet is actually to become a marine. All I've gotta do is knock on this door and ask for a job.
Screw doors, lad! Follow me!
Luffy, wait!
Oh my god, Cody! You'll never guess what I'm looking at! They're filming The Hangover 2 over here!
Oh yeah? How is it?
It's just like the first one! Wait a second, who's over there? Is that you, Zorro? Zorro! 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 Zorro!
Eat me!
Yeah.
Good God! How did we not notice her before? She snuck up on us like a...
Like a ninja?
Cody! Don't you ever say that word again!
What? Why?
Ever!
Mr. Zorro, I got you some food!
Zorro, what are you doing? I said no visitors!
Cody, where's the top half of that guy's head?
Yeah, you're one to talk. Look how low your ears are!
Touche, Cody, touche!
I will take this.
Dude, those are mine!
Ah, and now I feel like dancing.
I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track.
Cody, this doesn't look good! He's styling all over his balls!
Excuse me, I didn't hear you clapping! Wait till I tell my dad on you. By the way, I didn't hear you clapping either. Trust me, your balls are next. Now get rid of that child, it disgusts me!
You got it, boss.
Somebody should definitely do something about that. Cody, you're useless. I gotcha! Gonna feel that one tomorrow.
Oh my god, are you okay? I think there might be some internal damage.
Drama queen.
Mister, you are in a lot of trouble! Come on, boys, there's no reasoning with him. Let's strut away fabulously.
Damn it, that's fabulous. Zorro, me boy. Who are you? The name's Monkey D. Luffy, and I'm here to get you out of here.
Dude, that's awesome, but how?
I'll come up with something later. Right now, I have a little girl I want to mess with. Quick, eat this. Then he said it was the best thing he ever tasted.
Really?
No!
I think you guys should know why Zorro's tied up. It all started 1 month ago.
Yeah, I'll bet it did.
Everyone, look at my wolf.
To Grandma's house we go. All this food is fucking delicious.
Stop it, you big mean wolf!
Oh no, that girl has got some moves! What did you do that for?
That's for wearing a purple suit in public.
Bored now.
That was a total waste of time.
I'd like your finest dish, please, for me and my 2 sailors here.
Limit break. You want another one? Come at me, bro!
Mister, you are in a lot of trouble. Wait till my dad gets here.
Who knows? Maybe I'll switch it up a bit and punch him in the face, too!
Whatever. Red vests were so last season.
Cody, hold me back.
You and Zorro are officially ordered to be executed.
Yeah, we kinda gotta get out of here right now.
This would be a lot easier if I had my swords with me.
Say no more. I got this one! Billy ho! Wait, no! Ah! Probably just should have walked.
Daddy, someone hit me!
Were you wearing the purple suit?
Yeah.
And you deserved it.
This place is built like a librarian's miniskirt. The f*** are you looking at?
Come on, boys, put your back into it. I don't have all day. Little do they know, I do have all day.
Daddy, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be chasing the guy that hit me! Dad, what was that for?
Son, I look like a Bond villain and there's someone running around that talks like Sean Connery. Shit is about to go down!
Get where is the entrance to this confound place? Screw it. Ah, shit!
Sir, I dinged your statue.
Thank you, Lieutenant Obvious.
Sir, it's Captain, sir.
Yes, I am.
Obvious, sir?
Obviously, I'm a captain.
Sir, I'm confused.
Well, then you're definitely not cut out to be captain then, huh? Carry on, Lieutenant.
I'm a corporal.
You would be!
Would be what, sir?
Worth it.
Hey, how's it going? Okay, see you later. Oh dear! That's coming out of me, Wallet. Hey, sorry about punching you in the face and breaking your daddy's statue. Think we can still be friends? Sir, there's a guy down there and he's untying Zorro!
Let's just stand around like idiots until someone does something!
Ah, shit, I totally forgot what I was doing here! Don't let him know. Tell me where I can find the bomb! Hold it right there! No, I'll never find that bomb! Drop Morgan's son! Well, this is a fine mess you've gotten yourself into now, Luffy! Come on, man, think!
Listen, I don't know what's going on, but you gotta get out of here!
Agreement. Oh, shit.
Nice one, Brain. I owe ya. Oh, no, you don't. I had nothing to do with this one. That Shine is a liar. This is not my room. Let's see here. Hey! Get out of here! Go on, shoo! He knows what he did. Ah, yes, swords. Nature's knives.
Men, make 'em Swiss! Cheese, men, cheese.
Not hungry, sir.
I'm up to my tits and morons. Open fire!
No, Cody, what if you're gonna... Hey! Get out of here! Don't worry, Cody. I'm coming for you. Ah! That stung like a woman with teeth in a beef portal. But I'm okay. Come at me, bro!
I wish I lived in the golden age, giving it up on the Broadway stage.
Okay, there you go. So, yes, Collector, at least I made it for the cartoon, although this can't be more funny than my last lesson. Well, German isn't for everyone, I guess. Yeah, no, that's true. So, he's, oh, yeah, no, okay, it was better, he says. So, lots better. Oh my God. Gap After Dark, yeah, this is freaking hilarious. You're damn right. You're damn right it is. So, and I get a standing ovation from him. And you know what? Canadian Spider-Man, what do you think? If you're still there. Anyway, okay. So there is something that I did want to mention. I know it's going to be a little bit of a short show, but that's okay. At least you guys came, and at least you guys are listening. All of you on Rumble, all of you guys on X, and you guys here on the YouTubes. Like I mentioned before, what's going on in this province of Alberta? You know, things are going at a breakneck speed here, and you know, and my wife and I we're participating in this, in wanting a free country of our own. This is probably going to be our 1776, and I think I even mentioned it in one of the Alberta groups. I think I asked, can we have our Independence Day on July the 4th? Apparently I got a lot of thumbs up from that one. Here's the thing. Most of you guys know that that I do the Sunday show. Duh, obviously. The huge circle show. The fantabulous show where I got Al Nickerson with me, and occasionally the Techno Sapien Geek, Tom himself. And where I doodle, where I do the drawings, I make the huge circles, and maybe the occasional square. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Depends how I feel. And obviously, like I said before, in preparation for a comic that I want to put out. Depending on how things go here, I'm going to try to kick things up a notch. And what I mean by that is I want to try, here's the thing. Let me rephrase it better this way, okay? There's not very many times where a country goes through a lot of firsts, right? First one in the country to do this or do that, stuff like that. You know exactly what I'm talking about, probably. And then there are, absolute firsts that'll never happen again, right? And what I'm kind of proposing is this. That's right. We don't need anything. This is what I'm proposing. I'm gonna try to kick things up a notch. Of trying to put this comic out because I had a little bit of time to think today, and also a friend of mine called while I was utterly and completely bored today. Long story, but I'm not going to get into it. And I mentioned, you know what? Like a few of you know that I want to put this comic out, that I want to do it, and everything happening in Alberta. I would like to be the first comic that comes out of a new country, the new Republic of Alberta. I would like to try to be the first premier comic that comes out of this province, future state, future country, whatever you want to call it. Because first of all, it won't be an opportunity like that again. And I think with what's going on online, many of you people have seen Amelia, that's coming out of merry old England, how that's taking the world by storm. It's kind of like every country needs a hero kind of thing, right? And even though it's AI, well, it's still a thing, and it still makes an impact. And I think I definitely want this to be the first comic that comes out of a new country. And I hope that a lot of you guys can spread it, support it. I mean, heck, what if somebody like Eric July over at Rippaverse is like, folks, we got something for you today. We got new from the Republic of Alberta, this brand new country that's in the world. We are releasing its first comic, kind of thing. So, collectors, Republic, what happened to the Empire? We're working on getting Saskatchewan to join us. So let's put it that way. Okay. They're looking at, we're looking at, a joint venture. How about that? To make it bigger. So, if you guys can keep holding me accountable to keep drawing, to do the best that I can, to make this a thing. If you guys can really help me out, if you want to talk to other influencers, so to speak, I would appreciate it. Because again, this is a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity kind of thing, right? And I'd like to try at least to be the first, if not one of the first. So, yeah, I kind of would appreciate that. So, Collector says, yeah, if that happens, sir, I swear I will do 24/7 broadcasting to Austria and Germany. Right on. Yeah, exactly, Gap. Yeah, you better keep drawing. Oh, I am. Unfortunately, today I was going to bring my my doodle pad, my drawing book, my sketch pad, but I forgot it actually this morning. So, but no, that's why I said I think on Sunday. I forget if you were here on Sunday. You were probably here on Sunday. I'd like to kick it up a notch. Maybe I'll do another draw stream on a Thursday as well as Sunday. Kind of fill it up and just really start to hammer down on this kind of thing. So, Canadian Spider-Man, yeah, that's right. And Collector, yeah, I will go from door to door here in my bureau. Damn it, I can't even say that word. I don't know why. And make offers to people they can't reject. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's right. I'm offering you something that you can't possibly refuse. And if you do, I'll make sure you wear cement shoes. And make sure that nobody sees from you again. So there you go. Yeah, Spidey, there you go. Thanks, man. I can light the signal fires. Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's make that happen. Let's make it happen. And you know what? Even if it does go big, then hey, maybe I can just end up self-publishing. New country, new publisher. America has Marvel and DC. The Republic of Alberta can use Drop-Off Comics. So it's a dream. You never know. Anyway, folks, so that's it for me tonight. I gotta hop to the store and get a few things before the store closes, the grocery store closes. So, just make this quite quick. Yeah, this Saturday on Mike's Movie Matinee, the movie that we're going to be showing, the movie that needs to be seen. Definitely 100% needs to be seen this Saturday is this. We're going to be showing, we're going to be playing, we're going to be titillating you with the Marx Brothers in Animal Crackers, 1930s, the Marx Brothers in Animal Crackers. So if you've never seen this movie before, do not go searching for it on YouTube, because quite frankly, I want you to watch it here with me. So there you go. Because I like to hoard you guys. You're like my collection. So yeah, that's what we're going to be showing this Saturday on Mike's Movie Matinee. So if you want to join, remember it starts at 11 a.m. Pacific, which is 2 p.m. Eastern, which is noon Republic of Alberta time. There you go. Yeah, it is. It's a really, really good movie. So you guys on X, the only way that you guys can watch it is if you go to the Rumble channel or join us here on the YouTubes as well. All you have to do is just follow the link to the profile, and the YouTube link is there, and you can come join us Saturday afternoon for Mike's Movie Matinee. Quite fun, and we all have a blast in the chat. So come join us there. Sunday, as usual, it's going to be huge. It's going to be humongous. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be bigger than Greenland. So it's going to be huge circles. So where me and Al Nickerson, we just talk and gab our lives away for hopefully not another 6-hour stream while I'm drawing and planning out this whole comic thing. And then we're back again on Titillating Tuesdays. You know what? I'll if I'm gonna get drawing, then maybe I will plan something out for this Thursday. And speaking of Al Nickerson, there we go. Mr. Albert Nickerson, who just makes it here just in the nick of time. Huge. Totally huge. Albert, Al, talking about you, my man. Talking about you. You're so brave. You're so awesome. Joining on this insane show. It's great. So that's who. The man, the myth, the legend. And if you want, go ahead and pick out his book, Sword of Eden, that he has on his website, which you can go at swordofeden.com and go buy his wares. And apparently he's almost out of the Trump 2024 incentive covers. So if you want to get that, then go ahead and do that. Other than that, we shall see you very soon. Keep a watch out for this channel. Please spread it around because it really, really helps. And to the person earlier that decided to make a disturbance on this channel, great Sayamon Gohan. I know who you are, and just stick to your side of the fence. Don't be a douchebag. Nobody likes a douchebag. Okay? It's as simple as that. Anyway, guys, you have a great night. We will see you soon. And remember,
be excellent to each other. And party on, dude!